So yeah, let's get into numerology since that's what you're known for. I'm a little skeptical of numerology. Okay. I'm not going to lie to you, but
so was I.
Yeah, I'll let you explain it. Okay. I don't know much about it. So let's start out with first off, what got you into it?
9/11 got me into it. I was always we're around the same age, and I was always a history buff. And when 9/11 happened, I woke up, still living at home with my mom back then. It is what it is. And, she woke me up and I turned on the TV and I thought I was watching Die Hard, like a movie, Die Hard, buildings on flame. I'm like, what the hell is this, Die Hard in the morning? Then I saw the second plane hit the World Trade Center. That point, I took a blunt, lit one up for everyone who died, paid my respects. And then as I came back, the news, everything was 9/11. And I'm like, wait a second, today's 9/11. And that's also the police code for emergency, 9/11. I'm like, And then I found out that Flight 11 hit the World Trade Center. And I'm like, wait a second. Flight 11 looks like an 11 side by side. And I'm like, wait a second. New York City has 11 letters. The Pentagon has 11 letters. Shanksville has a letter. I'm giving you the cliff notes.
This is all
but when it comes down to it, this took me a couple days to figure out. And then it all clicked. I'm like, wait a second. Someone's doing something on purpose. I just don't know why they're doing it, because I remembered the Great War, World War I, ended at exactly 11/11. I'm thinking 11/11 at exactly 11 o'clock, the Great War ended. They didn't end it at 10:55 or 11:05. They ended it at 11. 11. We go through 9/11. The Twin Towers look like an 11. They both have 110 stories. I'm thinking, what the hell is all this shit?
They have 110.
So then I started, looking into numerology books and didn't find the answers there. And then I started, talking to all the expert numerologists at the time, because I had a theory. That people who are in positions of power were actually using numerology and astrology to plan terrorist attacks. And all the numerologists back in those days, they all laughed at me. They said, this is a joke. I'm like, you don't think this is possible? Like, no. And then, I realized they were all poor. So what am I asking poor folks for? You know what I'm saying? If you're broke, what I'm saying, what the hell, what do you actually know about life?
Yeah, probably
so
not much.
Exactly. So then I started looking into Al-Qaeda, and I realized they were founded on the 11th. And their three biggest attacks happened 9/11 here, Madrid, Spain, and India, where the trains blew up. It all happened on the 11th.
Really?
At that point, I'm like, wait a second. The mathematical chances of Al-Qaeda not only hitting all those 11s in New York City, looking and hitting Madrid and India on the 11th, at that point, I was convinced someone was doing something. And then I started looking into the New World Order, the Illuminati, and then, then you start having a couple ways you can go after you learn all that information. Reptilians, Pleiadians, all that. Then there's Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Zionism, and then you start looking at what matches up and what is real. So what I basically realized was people in positions of power like Zionists were using numerology and astrology to plan events. How can you defeat an enemy if you don't know what they know? So basically, if you look at anything to do with money, one of the things about numerology is I wanted to know why some people had money and some people don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Chinese opened the Olympic Games on 8/8/2008 at exactly 8:08 p.m. 8 is the number of money.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. So you know about that one. If you go to Walmart, all the prices are in 8/8s at the end, because they're trying to attract, manifest money. You know about the company Huawei.
Yeah.
Okay. Their logo has 8 signs.
Interesting.
If you look at the number 8, it starts with EI. It's in Huawei itself. Huawei starts with the H. H is the 8th letter. I'm like, okay. I'm starting to feel this. So they use certain numbers for certain things. 8 for money. Another one is 28. Is that a Rolex?
Yeah.
Okay. Same as here, right? So what if you go to any Rolex ad, they always have the 28 as the logo in it.
Really?
Every single time. Look it up. Every single time it's a 28 is a logo. Why is the 28 so important? Because 28 is the number of wealth.
Interesting.
Now, obviously, let's talk about some people born on the 28th. You ever hear of a guy named Elon Musk?
Yep.
What about the guy he replaced as the richest man in the world the last decade, Bill Gates?
Bill Gates, is he also born on the 28th?
Yeah, born on the 28th. So the top richest guys decade to decade, are born on the 28th. What is the most valuable sports franchise in the world?
I'm not sure.
The Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys were founded on the 28th. Now, you were talking about BlackRock. What's above BlackRock? Because BlackRock is a company that me and you can invest in. We can buy stocks. But there's a company that owns... There you go. There's a company that owns 9-10% of BlackRock. And we can't buy into that company because it's private. It's called Vanguard. Vanguard was founded 5/1/1975. 5/1/1975 adds up to 28. Just like LeBron James and Tiger Woods have 28 birthdays. So what you start realizing is, okay, now I understand why some people have rich. You know a guy born on the 28th, his name is Dana White. Isn't he a billionaire? Right around there. Money comes very easily to him because he's born on the 28th. One of the few guys who could go to casinos and win money. You ever hear of a broad named Anna Nicole Smith?
Yeah.
She married a what?
Billionaire.
I'm billionaire. Shocking. She's born on the 28th. So what you keep seeing is a pattern. This is pattern recognition.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So we talked about 28 and 8 being wealth. We pointed this out. Even the Rolex we have, even they pointed out. Now let's go to athletes. Some of the best athletes are 11s. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Kyrie Irving. We're talking about some of the best of all time. And by the way, Michael Jordan was a mentor to Kobe. Kobe was a mentor to Kyrie. 11 to 11 to 11. 11s have hella charisma. Do you agree that charisma was part of Michael Jordan's game?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Same thing with Kobe.
Yeah.
What about Barack Obama?
Yeah, charisma.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of his, but he's extremely charismatic.
Again, we're not talking about his policies. We're not talking about anything, but he is one of the most charismatic people. He is born 8/4/1961. 8/4/1961 adds up to 29 to 1911. Just like on our side, Ronald Reagan, the great communicator. He was an 11 life path. Joe Biden back in his day. He could talk too.
Now he can't.
He can't now, but back in the day, he could. He's an 11 life path. So what you keep seeing is time after time after time again, you see certain people in certain positions. So what you begin to understand is this is a virtual reality. And I'm not the only one who said this. Elon said this. A lot of people said this. And numbers are the cheat codes. I shouldn't be able to take people's birthdays and read them like a book, but I can because this is a false realm. And the reason you can use numerology and astrology is because they are the cheat codes within this false realm itself. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, you're making it make a lot more sense than expected. I'm not saying I'm convinced still, but 100%. You've actually made a lot better.
So what you have to understand is numerology and astrology is run by women.
Yeah, astrology is your nonsense.
And women, and listen. This is one of the reasons I believe in numerology. 7's the number of intelligence. People born on the 7th, 16th, 25th tend to be very smart. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think much about women's intelligence. I really don't. Okay, I don't give a damn how that sounds.
They have a different type of intelligence. They have
whatever you want to call it.
They're nurturing, but they're not like...
Again, emotional intelligence is oxymoron. Okay, so here's what it comes down to. I saw women who were born on the 7th, 16th, 25th who are running circles around men from an intellectual standpoint. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I realized that it superseded gender, superseded race, superseded everything. So that's what I started saying, okay, there's something to this. And I've been at this for about 20 years. This doesn't happen overnight. But at the end of the day, if there's one numerologist people in the world know, it's me. Yeah.